what's that? Out in space is a station with a T-Rex face, firing lasers and playing games and killing all those herbivores. Out beyond the atmosphere, he's collecting stuff and striking fear. Come on board and grab a beer for gameplay vids and retro cheer. T-Rex Space Station.
Hi guys, it's Ben from T-Rex Space Station. How's everyone doing? This is a video response to a great video by Games-O-Matic. He's asked the question, have you ever thought about quitting YouTube? And Tony, Electronic Collector, did a really good VR to this, which you should go and check out. And I kind of wanted to do my own take on this. I think that most people who've been on YouTube for a while, particularly if you've been on there for a couple of years, will have asked themselves this question at some point. You know, I think that's a normal part of the creative process to kind of be like, where am I going with this, and do I definitely want to be continuing with this, and maybe to take stock and think about where you're going in the future and, you know, how long you want to go on for. I've seen some pretty great channels that I really love, particularly CDR Undertow, Jack It All In and Stop, and it's actually a really sad thing when a channel that you like decides to do that. It almost feels like a breakup or the ending of some relationship, you know. YouTube channels, we shouldn't underestimate how much they can become under our skin. You know, I'm kind of used to coming home and opening my laptop and watching the same kind of channels, and they become part of your routine, and it's very sad when a channel that you like throws in the towel. You know, sometimes it's just not practical for people to carry on, you know. I think that if you're doing a big professional style channel and it's taking up all your time and you get a new opportunity, you'll need to go elsewhere. Those things cannot carry on forever. But it's even sadder when, you know, it's somebody who's doing this for fun and they leave because of frustration or because of hang-ups or difficulties with the community. And that always is a really sad thing, and I think we should try and support each other and prevent that from happening. But I had never really thought about this question until maybe in the last few months or the last year or so. As you'll know, I came up to my 4th year anniversary recently, and that was actually really weird to be like, shit, 4 years on YouTube have gone by. That is a long time. And I looked at my channel and looked at what I achieved in that amount of time. And I don't want to sound, you know, ungrateful or selfish, but I looked and thought, you've got 500 and something subscribers and it's taken you 4 years. And I kind of felt like I hadn't achieved what I wanted to. I kind of felt like I could have achieved a bit more in that time, maybe. And so I was slightly disappointed. And I guess that part of it is that I don't know if when you start a channel you realise quite how hard this whole thing can be. Starting out as a new channel is really difficult to get people to notice you and to be interested in what you're doing and to watch what you're making. People seem really uninterested and really hard to persuade to let another person, another channel into the fold. For me, it feels a lot like a large amount of the attention on YouTube and the interest is focused on quite a small number of channels. Those channels that may be signed to certain companies, etc., or that have got the marketing or have got the ring or whatever, like Normal Boots or whatever. And those channels seem to interact with each other and talk with each other and make jokes with each other on Twitter. But you try and comment on a big channel's Twitter feed yourself as a small YouTuber, and it kind of feels like you're just completely ignored. You're not in that sphere. And it's much, much harder to kind of somehow try and penetrate that and to become part of that or noticed or just be recognized sometimes as a valid contributor to the YouTube community. It is really, really hard. I suppose I like to think that most things, if I turn my hand to them, I can succeed at them. And I gave myself a bit of a shock that actually 4 years of effort and, you know, I haven't succeeded in getting a really big YouTube channel. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm grateful for what I have, and I love this, and it's a great hobby, and I'm thankful for every single one of my subscribers, but I didn't know that it was going to be quite this hard, maybe. You know, if you think about the hours that you put into this, you know, 4 years worth of videos, probably 1 video a week at least, it's hours and hours of editing and scripting and recording, and actually a lot of time goes into this. This is like a child for some people. This is a really big project. And it's really sad to see people putting a lot of energy in and falling by the wayside. So often when I'm thinking about quitting, it's because of perceived injustices or perceived areas where it's not fair. Things like I'll watch somebody's video and very judgmentally think, oh, you just slapped that together, or you've not put much effort into that, and it gets thousands and thousands of views. Or people who are not doing anything interesting or anything new, or people who aren't really trying, but they're in the niche, or they've already got the attention, they've already got that mandate, if you want to call it that, or whatever you want to call it. And so, you know, it gets watched and it gets shared and everybody focuses on that person. And you watch somebody else who's actually making content of equal or better quality, but they haven't got that recognition, they've not got that fan base, the people aren't sharing it, and it just falls by the wayside. So those are the kind of things that make me feel like this is not fair, and it makes me feel like quitting sometimes. I guess the other big thing is the fact that, and I've talked about this before, I kind of feel like the Let's Play video is declining massively. That was, as I've said before, one of the reasons that I got into YouTube, to do those videos, and that I like watching them. But you make them and get 20, 30, 40, if I'm lucky, views, and you think, ugh, people aren't into this anymore. The world has moved on, and that is really disappointing if it's what you want to make. And this comes back to that old debate of, should you make what you want to make, or should you make what people want to watch? And I think you have to be pragmatic. There's no point just making things that you want to make if nobody's watching it, because then what's the point in uploading it anywhere? The whole point of this is meant to be interactive, and people are supposed to see it. It's visual content. So I think that argument doesn't wash completely with me. You know, you want to make things that are actually viewed and relevant. But I think the other aspect is that YouTube seems to be moving in a way that a lot of us may not be getting or may not be big fans of, and that makes you feel disillusioned. So we see lots of videos or types of videos that I don't get that much. Things like react videos, that's not something that I'm that into. I don't really do, I'm not really that comfortable with it. Challenge videos, stuff like that. Or, you know, even things like pickups videos or unboxings. Actually, the quality of what people really, really like, to me, can sometimes be debatable. You know, things like pickups videos, actually, if you think about the quality of that content, you are actually just seeing a shopping list, really. And, you know, don't get me wrong, I sometimes watch them, I sometimes do them myself, but there has to be some injection of personality or meaning to it, like, I bought this game and it means this to me. Otherwise, it just has become very bland. And so that's the other aspect of it. Yes, sometimes I have thought about quitting, because I look at YouTube, as Dave Price in Effective Finish said, the State of the Union, or whatever it is now, look at it and thought, actually, what the hell is this? I don't even recognise this anymore. I don't recognise the quality of the content. These aren't things that I necessarily relate to or want to watch. Unboxing videos, again, it's an odd one. It's very, very popular, but it's an odd one, because actually, again, in terms of real world value or entertainment, what are you getting there? Not very, if it is literally just an unboxing, not very much. And so sometimes the way that content seems to be going, I look at it and think, God, this is what you have to do for people to like your channel, and just think, there's no way I can do that, because it's crap. I don't want to. I think all of us explore these different types of things, and you find your own balance somewhere. But yeah, I can see reasons why people think about quitting, and those are the things that have tempted me in the past. I think that what it comes down to, though, is the reason I haven't quit is because I love this and I need something to do to let off steam. I really like making YouTube, and the people that do watch my stuff and comment, I'm really, really grateful for, and I like that community aspect to it. And I want to talk about games. That's literally, I enjoy it. I really do enjoy it. So I'm not going to go anywhere, probably, but that thought has crossed my mind, and I'm sure it's crossed many of your minds too. So let me know what you think about the question, guys. Have you thought about quitting YouTube in the past? And I'll post a link to the videos I've mentioned in the description below. Take care, guys, and I'll speak to you all soon.